Hi, I'm Kevin Long from JustMeans.com. I'm in Denver, Colorado at the Biopolymers Symposium. With me here is Carol Casarino. How you doing, Carol?
Good.
Now, Carol, you're with DuPont Packaging and Industrial Polymers,
That's
correct?
Right.
When I think DuPont, I think big company.
Yeah, we're pretty much playing every industry you can imagine.
Okay, so what would you say explaining DuPont, and then how would you explain your division?
Well, DuPont is, as I say, a multinational company that plays in pretty much every industry that you can imagine.
Right.
And every one of our business units is challenged to have to move in a more sustainable way, so we can improve the sustainability of our products and our customers' sustainability.
Okay. And your area, your division?
We're in the packaging and industrial polymers division.
Okay.
And I focus primarily on packaging. And packaging has had a real big sustainability push for a long time, but primarily in the last 4 or 5 years, it really seems to have accelerated.
In the packaging area.
In the packaging area.
Is this push coming from companies saying we need to change this to reduce cost, or is it coming from the consumers? I'm sure it's a little of both, but where's the first push?
It's a little bit of both, but I think what's happened in the last 3 or 4 years is that there's been a lot more demand from the consumers, looking for more sustainable packaging. I think they've started to recognize packaging is a very important part of a whole packaged product. It protects the product. It makes sure it gets to you so it's still useful.
Right.
But the problem is that when you're done with the product, the consumer sometimes sees that as waste.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is just make sure that we're minimizing that waste. We're minimizing the amount we're using.
Okay.
But we've got to make sure that the product gets delivered properly. But at the same time, looking at new materials that may have less of an environmental footprint than conventional materials as well.
Okay, and your presentation at the conference?
Today I was talking about some new materials that we've developed that are bio-based as opposed to made from petroleum. Most plastics are made from petroleum.
Right.
These are made from renewable sources. And we're finding some new interesting characteristics that they have some new value and might find some new uses.
Great.
We're also, we provide some modifiers that are used for bioplastics, for bio-based plastics. And modifiers are little bits, small amounts of additives that you put in to really improve the perforence. And so
of the product
of the overall
Okay.
product itself.
Okay.
And so they're in there in a very small percentage, but they have a very large effect on how well the plastic performs.
Okay, so Carol, if the Just Means community goes to DuPont, they're going to see lots of sustainability work all across the area. Can you tell the Just Means community your division and where they can find information specifically in your area?
Well, you can go to www.packaging.dupont.com.
Great, thanks so much.
Thank you.
This is Kevin Long from JustMeans.com.